So a little bit has taken place since the last time we saw each other. I was working on the rest of our book and my battery died on my phone, on my camera. So I've missed some of this. Thankfully I caught it. So I'm gonna try and get you caught up. So this is the piece of ribbon that we had put underneath the back piece. And I have this resin snowflake that I made from one of my other projects, and it was an extra. And I took some E6000, and on the end of that ribbon that we brought around to the front, I glued that on so that it's on there. And then the next thing that we need to do so that we can clasp this shut is I have some of these, they're called fastener dots. It's Velcro is what it is. And we just need to put one of these on the back of our snowflake and then turn around and put it on the front of our cover. And what I like to do is put them together like this so that they match up. And then I'm going to go ahead and take just a smidgen of this E6000 so that our dot doesn't come off. And I'm just going to put it on the back of our snowflake. And I'm going to take our Velcro dot and center that the best that I can. And push that on there. And the other side of this Velcro that is super sticky. Ah, let go. I am going to pull it around and press it down on the front of our book. Now that was silly because now our Velcro is not quite dry probably. Oh, it's fine. Okay. And there we go. Now we have a way to clasp our, I'm not going to clasp that again because I don't want that Velcro piece to come off. But now we have a way for this to close, open and close, and stay closed. So, done with that. We'll put that away. And the next thing that I've done, I'm going to go ahead and move. Have I done it? Yeah, I've done a little bit on the inside of this book. So remember this book that we had, that we cut the cover out of. We have several other of these pieces that came out from the inside of this, and we went ahead and I've cut those down. So I have 3 sheets that we got out of there. And what I did is I took measurements from the cover and I went just a little bit smaller than that. And I've cut both of these, and I cut a piece of green glitter paper, and I have this paper that started like this. It looks like a quilted piece. And then I took our Santa Claus pieces that we got from Temu and that paper that they were calling leather, which isn't leather, and I kept the backing on it because I didn't want it to stick down, and I glued just around the 3 edges. And then I took our ribbon, measured a piece to go across, cut it off, took our glue, ran a bead of glue along the top of this leather piece, glued it onto that. And then I had these little gold snowflakes. Whoops. They're, I don't even know what they are. They're thicker than paper, but they're not quite material thickness. They're super thin, and they're just cut out. There's no sticky paper or anything on them. So I took those and I ran some glue around the snowflake. I had to use a pair of tweezers to hold on to the snowflake because no matter how I held on to it, it wasn't right, and I was getting glue everywhere. So sorry, my tremors are pretty bad today. I did that, and I ran glue out to all of the tips of the snowflake, turned it over and glued that snowflake down on there. And I always think things look better in 3s. So we put 2 on one side, 1 on the other. And then I also did the other side with a different Santa. The inside of that cardstock is white, so we'll decorate that. This glitter paper, I use this to get the same size. And then this is a lot longer piece. It came out of this, and I I'm pretty sure I got this at Walmart. They're 11 by 14 sheets, and they are all glitter pages. So of all different colors. I started with red, and that's what I originally had wanted. And I forgot to cut the flap for our envelope. So I cut the page right, I cut this right, but then I didn't have a flap for the envelope. So this will be the very center of our book. Because we'll make this an envelope. We'll seal both sides of this. I'll put another Velcro piece on this so that it'll still seal shut. But we won't do this until we put the book together, because we're going to run our binder, the thread that we're going to run to connect this whole thing together. We're going to tie it off inside of here, and it'll be hidden inside the envelope. And that'll make more sense here in a little bit. So this, in case it didn't make sense, now is a pocket that you can put tags and all kinds of stuff down into, to put whatever you want to. Receipts. I like to put my gift tags down in there. But you can put whatever you want to in there. So that's what those are. And then these are just cut. I haven't done anything with them yet. It's just a front and a back, and then the whites on the inside of those. And I did save the extra that I cut off of these, because these were larger sheets. So I have all of the extra pages from all of those here. So we can use those in borders or whatever we might want to use those for. One of those pieces that had the tags on them also had these fun borders. So if we want to use those on something, we have those as an option as well. And then also part of this page with all of these different things, there were these little tags. I had this one that says Happy Holidays. I have this one that says Merry and Bright. And I have a green one. It's here somewhere. Here it is. Feeling Jolly, that we can use maybe on one of our other pages. Okay, I think that gets you all caught up. Oh, no, it does not. So my front and my back, because we have a little bit thicker spine, I can get a little bit more into this book. So I took some lined notebook paper, but it's more like a sticky note. You can peel it off and stick it to stuff. I had them in lots of different colors, but I chose the purple for the front, and it's got this cardboard backing on it. And so I put glue on the cardboard, and then I stuck it to the front of this, and now you can make all kinds of notes on there. It was too thick, so I tore about half of the book out. I took half of the book off and only used half of it, because it was way too much paper. It made the book super duper thick, even for me, which says a lot because I like the thick book. And then I also did the same thing on the back, but I used green paper on the back. And again, it was way too thick, so I just took a bunch of it off and just left a smaller piece of the lined paper on there. So now, the only other thing I did is I went with my ruler, and this is 8 inches tall. When I measured it, it's 8 inches. So I marked halfway at 4, and then I put another hole at 1 and one at 7, so it was only an inch in. That way, when we go to put our binder on it, I've got my 3 holes already drilled, and I just used the piece that I used, or I used my little drill that I use for all of my resin work to put my eyes in and stuff. And I just drilled down through that, and I'll do that with all of these pages as well. I'll measure the center of the page, and then I'll measure in so that it matches up with this one. So let me show you a couple of pages and how we made those like this one. Actually, let's start with the middle piece and get that out of the way. So this is going to be our envelope, and get these out of the way so I don't get glue all over them. And what I did is I went ahead and I measured down the center of this, and I got this as the center, and then I want a little bit of a flap on either side, so I came up, I don't know, I just measured from this center piece here. I put that along the green and measured up, put a dot there, And then I drew from this dot to the center, that dot to the center, and then I just took, I have one of these, that little colored glass came in, and it gave me the nice little rounded edge at the top. So I am so sorry. All I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this envelope flap out now. Hopefully I can do that with my, you know what? I have the trimmers so bad tonight that I am going to use my paper cutter, and then I'll just trim that top. And again with the Velcro, I don't need to use E6000 on this. And now we've got our Velcro for our envelope. So that one's ready to go. Now for these, you can do whatever you want to do. So I'm going to show you how to make a pocket. Let's do, I think we're going to use this one. These are all really busy, so we want something that's not quite so busy. So let's make a pocket out of this one. What I want to do is I want to take the side that nobody is going to see in case I mess it up. And I'm just going to draw a line so I know where to cut. Oh, that worked out perfect. Look at that. Saved my little skier. We could use that for something else if we want to. You could use that for a gift tag. Alright. So if you have a right side up, if you have a right side down, if you have a flaw in it somewhere, this would be a good place to cover that. It all looks pretty good. So, this is a little bit of a rough edge here, so I think we're just going to put it down here. And we'll have just a little bit of room on either side, which is perfectly fine. All right. Take our glue. Make sure I get this right. Right side up goes this way. And you just want it around the 3 edges. Don't go across the top. Go down the edge. Come on. Go down the bottom. You don't want a lot. You don't want it to squirt all over the place. And up the other edge. So we have all 3 edges done. We're going to flip it over. And glue it down. And just like that, we have a pocket. Now, if you wanted to decorate this further, we could put Feeling Jolly at the top. This is a very busy page. I'm not going to do that. But we have all of those borders. If you wanted to put a border along the top, you could do that. And we'll do that on one of our others. But I'm perfectly happy with just the pocket on this one. So that side is done. And then I'm going to come back to this side. Let's do the inside. So I have these notebook cards that I got from Dollar Tree a long time ago. And we're going to have to cut them down just a little bit. But we can put 2 of them on a page and get the lined sheets that I was kind of looking for anyway. So again, we're going to get our paper cutter out. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to cut. So I'm going to put both of these on that page, but I want them to look like this. So I'm going to cut right above this blue line here and get rid of this top section and that red line, so that it all looks like it's kind of one cohesive part, one cohesive piece of paper. And we'll butt them right up against each other and it'll look like one piece of paper. looks really good right there. So alright, I'm just trying to get it straight along the bottom. Push it down. And we'll do our other one. Just like that. Now it looks like one big piece of paper. And then I'll get some Christmas stickers out and we'll decorate this up a little bit. But that's how easy that one is. And then on this side, I like to have paper to write on. So this would be good on your front or your back of your booklet though. This would have worked really well either there or there because you have all that extra room in your book. You know what we could do is I could put it on the inside because I do have all this thickness that I could fill. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. And I'll probably take a couple of these pages out because you don't need all of that, but we are gonna use this instead on the inside of the green one because we got more room. Got a hair there. And a hair there. I'm shedding. Give Maisie a run for her money here. Oh, that's perfect. Fits beautifully. Okay. So, for this, I think something like this along the top would be fun. Yep, I do. I like it. So, again, I'm going to fold that. I'm going to push that nice and snug in there so that it sits right up against the inside of our... Draw me a line. I should be able to eyeball that, but I'm not gonna. Make sure it's pushed up against the top. And now I don't have to worry about it. It should be fine. Is it this one or the other one? This one works perfect. And then if you wanted to, I could also come up from the bottom to kind of... Do I like that? I kind of do. What if I flipped it over? Nope, I think I like it. I like this. I'm gonna do it. Is it a mistake? What do you think? Should I have left it alone? I think it kind of creates a border on a very white page. Oh yeah, I like that. Kind of gives it a border. And then if you really wanted to get crazy, we could run something like that down the edge. Should we? The silvers don't quite match. You know what I mean? Well, I guess the outside of this matches this. Is that too... Man, I'm one of those that... I don't know when to stop. And this is where I'm going to prove it. Because I'm going to add it. Oh, I like it. I like that a lot, actually. So for this side, let's do a pocket maybe with some of our scrap paper. And this one that we could put along the top. And again, we've got another pocket on the bottom to put papers or note cards or gift tags or whatever we want. Okay, we're going to do another page like this. Super cute. All right, that's done. Let's do the inside of the Santa Claus so these guys can be. And I'm going to put you on a fast forward so that you don't have to watch me do this again because you've already seen me do it. You don't need to necessarily watch me do it again. I wasn't going to show this portion because it is painstakingly, it takes a long time and I don't have the right tools for it. You need one of those doll needles. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a big needle and it's meant to go through dolls. I don't have one. So what I have done, and I've already done these 2 holes, the first round of those 2 holes. And all I'm doing is I'm taking my weeding tool and I'm poking it so that the thick portion of this tool, this section right here, this really thick piece, is going through the paper and making that hole a little bit bigger. Because I can't get through with just a small hole that I drilled through it. And then I took the end of, I just took some red and white twine that I'd gotten from Dollar Tree. And I took the end of it and I tied a knot. And I tied it super tight. And I'm just taking my weeding tool. And my weeding tool's got a little kick on the end of it. I bent the tip of it so it actually works really well to push that through the hole because it's not quite as pointy as a weeding tool should be. And then I'm just pulling that through, and then I take the next section. I can see where I drilled through there, I think. I just want to line these up because it looks like I got 2 marks. Yep. So push that, Push it through to make that hole bigger. Take my knot. Push my knot through. And then pull it all the way out. And then same thing on our book. And then we're gonna feed this back down through the original hole. So I went down through the middle, and then I took it to the bottom, and I went up through the middle, and this is our envelope. Come up through there. I went down through the top, which has got us there, and then we're gonna go back down through the middle, and we're gonna end up back in the center. And what I wanna do is when we get inside of our envelope, I wanna push it up so my original string is on this side of our center string. I want the other one to come up on this side, and then we'll tie it to a knot. Pull everything nice and tight. I want to make sure that my outside edge looks good. And then we're just going to tie a knot right over that center string. One more for good measure. Trim that off. And now it's nice and tight. And now the last thing that we need to do is we need to glue the seams of our envelope. Press our envelope shut. Fasten down first. Okay. Actually, I don't think I need those. Yeah, it's holding. Okay. So we have the Velcro. And then what I did was I went ahead and took this ribbon because it already has some green in it. And I went down both edges here and then along the edge of our envelope here. So, and I didn't do anything to the back. I left it open, but you could always decorate the back as well. It's just, this is glitter paper, so it's going to be a little harder to get things to stick to it. So, but we could always add something to it later. All right, and that does it. So we have the front of our book with our little clasp on it to keep it shut. And then we've got the inside with our stickies. And then we've got our papers. And then we have this that we can stick gift tags down inside of. Another one. Another gift tag or notebook paper holder. Somewhere to write notes or recipes. This is a great place to put receipts or things that you don't want people to find right away or very quickly or easily. And then another place to put some notes or gift tags. Oh, and then I went ahead and put some sticky notes on this back side of this one. And you got another place to put stuff into this one. One more. I found a notepad that I had in my drawer in my desk, and it was like this. And so I just ripped off a sheet, cut it above or so that this circle wasn't showing, and then I just glued it to the inside of this page here. And then our last one, we have some more stickies on our snowman. And she's all done. Now you can make this much thicker. You can make it much thinner. You don't have to put the notepads in there. You can just do individual sheets of paper. Obviously, it can be customized any way that you like it. But now this one is ready for Christmas, and I'll put a year, usually on the back of it somewhere. I'll put what year it is. And then you can keep on to that or hang on to that for years to come, and you can always go back and look and see what favorite recipes were or things that you purchased for friends or family that they really liked or that was a big hit. So thank you so much for joining me. I know this was a longer video. We had to break it up into 2 pieces, but I appreciate you hanging out through the end. If you got something out of this video and you enjoyed yourself, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. It does help our channel. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.